First up, he was the semifinalist on the NBC show America's Got Talent. He dazzled the audience by making a full-size steam train vanish into thin air.
Maybe you can do that with you today. I'm kidding. You know, you left me wide open. You know, what can I do? Okay, go ahead.
You're already on the naughty list, just so you know. And we got a whole year.
Okay, a whole year left.
A whole year. Please welcome Master of Illusion magician Murray SawChuck.
How you doing? Thank you.
Sorry for the delay in getting to you. Right. I had to deal with my co-host who wants me to disappear.
That's okay.
Wow, what an interesting career. You, Dennis the Menace, by the way. That's what that of
Dennis.
Yeah, I'm not labeling you that. That's self-appointed, right?
Well, yeah, you know, I like magic tricks that aren't so serious and that aren't, you know, that more fun, you know. And I know you're working on something, you know.
In the garage,
yeah. And I want, you know, I found this piece of wax paper, and I thought it'd be kind of fun just to do this, just for you.
What?
A little something.
What
for you, for the actual garage. Just for you. A little present to the house, so.
What?
Just for you. So.
Wow.
Yeah, see?
Now that's impressive.
And then you can use it in the kitchen. See,
I don't know what to say, Murray.
See?
Yeah.
See?
I'm gonna keep this later for the cooking segment.
All right. I'd like to see what you can do with that. Maybe it's like a meat, you know.
A little meat tenderizer.
Yeah, sure.
Put a little wrench into your plans.
Okay.
Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, that's what you can do.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Well, thank you. And we have some more tricks coming up later on, right?
Of course, yeah.
We're gonna talk about.
Yeah,
Fantastic. Hey, when we do come back, magician Murray SawChuck is here. He's amazing us with our magic, and I may disappear. Who knows?
I don't want to.
I might disappear. I love that you're here, man. I think this is these segments are so much fun. Magician Murray SawChuck is with us, and he's known in Vegas as the Dennis the Menace of magic, causing all sorts of havoc in Las Vegas. Sure. How did you first get into doing this? Because I know a lot of people start young.
Sure. I got into it to avoid school at any cost. That's the reason I did it.
That's Dennis the Menace.
Sure,
there it is.
You know, and when you look like a Q-tip, you got to do something, right? I mean, could you imagine a lawyer like this or a doctor walk in, oh, you're like, I'm healed, you know? So no, when I was young, you know, you get magic kits for your birthday, you know, or anything like that. So I got one when I was 6, 7 years old. Most kids put it away. They do it for 5 minutes, throw it away.
Yeah.
And for me, it was one of those things where I kind of enjoyed it, you know. And before that, you know, I danced professionally and I played musical instruments, so I was used to getting the attention on stage. So this was just another avenue for the attention. So I kind of learned it, and I realized adults were saying, wait a minute, how did you do that? They weren't going, hey, nice job, you know, run along.
Yeah.
They were like, wait a minute.
Right.
You know, and I thought, wait a minute, I got something here. And
You drew attention, so you got the attention.
Yeah, I liked it. You know, kids love attention, and I liked the fact that I kind of knew something they didn't, but it appeared like it was one dimension, and it was actually more behind the actual fact.
How was the experience on America's Got Talent? I mean, speaking of stage, being on stage, that's a big stage.
Oh, it's huge. You know, and what I mean by huge even is that audience is 500 people, but the viewership is 22 million people.
Right.
And you can't even understand that when you're standing there. And then before the cameras go up, you know, you're standing there and you see the judges, you see everybody. It looks like they're a long ways away from that stage, and they're right there. I mean, they're like this. I mean, they really are close. And you're standing there before the lights come up, and you're like, oh man, I hope this works. If it doesn't, you're really in trouble. You know,
and you had to dazzle them because you go on stage, oh, another magician.
Yeah.
Or it's like, what did you do to dazzle
Well,
them?
the tricks I did is I made a Ferrari appear on stage.
Graham.
Yeah, hello.
He did it again.
Yes.
I do it every day as Nate shows up, actually.
Sure. And then the second thing I did was I turned a girl into a tiger. And the third thing I did was vanish in 1918 steam train, which was a replica of my father's that he worked on because he was in the railway all his life. So, but with the tiger trick, what people don't understand is I've never worked with tigers before. But I thought it'd be a great idea to do it in the show, because nobody's done it in the show before. And I've never done it. So I thought, what a great thing for everybody. And so we rented the tiger. It's a Hollywood cat that's trained from a baby. You know, that's what it does. And it's actually the tiger they used in The Gladiator with Russell Crowe, the one that he fights with. So it's a trained cat. So,
a pussycat.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
They still like meat. So we rehearsed the thing. Would you believe we rehearsed the whole time, and there was always one part of the trick that didn't work. Every time we rehearsed it. And the producer comes up and goes, you know, just so you know, if the girl doesn't turn into a tiger, you know, you're not gonna win. I'm thinking, shocker. You know, I'm thinking I'm stressed out enough. I got a tiger and I got, this big trick and 22 million people, just 22 million. Anyways, I'm telling you, when I dropped the curtain and the girl turned into a tiger, my reaction was just as surprised as the audience. There was no acting. I was like, oh, it worked. And the tiger went away, the frog went away, and there's the end of it. You know.
All right. Well, not to reveal that trick, but you're going to break there's a magician's code here. Well, you don't reveal stuff.
No.
But you're gonna show us a couple and teach the audience at home.
Well, I want to because, I love getting new people involved in stuff, and it's fun to learn tricks. So I'd love to teach you guys.
Rules.
Perfect. Let's high five.
Okay,
Yes. All right. So it's a really cool trick. It's kind of neat. You take a hairband or an elastic, okay? I'll teach this to you guys in a minute. You take it, you have it on these two fingers, okay? Just like so. And if you watch very carefully, watch. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, go it to the other hand.
Just like that. Okay, now, here's what's interesting is if you take it like this and you can put a cage over it, okay? Because that way you know it can't go anywhere. It is trapped on those fingers, right? If you watch very carefully, watch. 1, 2, 3. It jumps.
You see his fingers jumped off his hand and it jumped over.
Did a backflip, a triple pike, back down. You want to learn that?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. You got your elastics, all right. So take one, place it on these two fingers. Everyone at home can try this as well, all right? And have your palm facing you, okay? Now I'm going to turn my palm towards the viewer so they can see what's going on. But don't change your hand. Okay. Take the elastic, pull it down into your palm, okay? Take your 4 fingers and curl them into a fist. And run the elastic around the tips of your fingers. So it just sits there, okay? Now, this is what it looks like from the back. Do not show your audience members that. The reaction is just not that impressive. I've tried it, it doesn't work. So this is the look. It looks like it's really around 2, but it's really over 4. So now what I want you to do is just open up your hands and it'll jump. Just like that.
I did it.
You're hired. See, look out.
Wow.
Opening in Vegas next week.
Thank you. Goodness.
And when you do this, what's important is when you do the trick, the idea is to pull it forwards and backwards and then snap it in. So it looks like you're just, and that's when you do the setup. Okay. So you're not doing this, and you're not, this is a little.
Is that good away a little bit?
Once again, I think it's not impressing the viewers. Yeah.
You probably don't say, did I get all 4 of them?
Exactly.
You don't want to say stuff like that.
So you do that, and then the crisscross part is no different because when you do the crisscross, it has nothing to do with the effect. Because the elastic band is just doing this. That's all it's doing when we're doing the move I showed you. So you pull it forward, you pull it backwards, you curl your fingers in, okay, you leave it, and this is what happens. It just jumps again. So this does nothing. It's just for decoration.
Wait a minute. What do you do?
I'm gonna take.
You got it. You nailed it. You nailed it.
I'm gonna take so much money from the crew members on this. They'll never know.
Yeah, you're right.
My crew will never figure this out.
Look at that.
Yeah, right?
So
why can't I make it change?
No, I can't get it off my fingers. I can't. Okay.
Kind of neat, right? You get it?
That's nice. I got it.
So now I have
it. Very good.
So another famous trick in the magic world is where you take a piece of paper and you rip it up, put it back together. So this is the simpler version. You have a strip of paper, newspaper, just like so. Okay. You fold it in half, just like this. Okay. And then you take scissors, just like so. Okay. And you cut the paper like this.
Nice.
Okay. When you do that, if you look very carefully, the paper stays together.
What?
Isn't that cool?
How did you do that?
Oh.
It's magic.
Okay.
So here, okay, now I know. Here, take the scissors, Christina, and cut straight across, okay? Now, wait, that's my finger.
Yes,
that's the paper. Okay, so let's go for the paper part.
Right here?
Perfect,
Any
all right.
place?
Yeah, just straight would be great,
He's
yeah.
a good DIYer.
Perfect.
He's good at that, okay?
Hired, look at that. If you look really carefully, stays together.
How did I do that?
You're hired. You're amazing. You're so amazing.
How did you do that?
And here, so you can keep cutting this. And what happens? A lot of people cut. Sometimes you get some people to help you, and they actually cut it on an angle, and that's never good.
That never works.
But if you look really carefully, it actually stays together like that. Isn't that the weirdest thing?
That is so.
You want to learn that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Teach us that.
So real quick, you get a piece of paper, all right? And then what you do is you get some flour, all right? And then you also get some rubber cement, okay? So what you do is you take the rubber cement and you go back and forth on the paper, okay? So you cover the paper from here all the way to this side, about 2 inches across, back and forth, okay?
Got it.
Let it dry. It takes about 2 to 4 minutes to dry, not very long because it's rubber cement. And then what you do is you take this and sprinkle this on the back. This is flour. It's just regular baking flour, all right?
Okay.
And you go back and forth. It has to be flour, not sugar or anything else, because it's going to stick. Now, this is because when you fold the 2 pieces of paper together, you don't want the rubber cement sticking together. So this is rubber cement here, okay? And then what you do is you kind of shake it all off, okay? And then it turns into this paper. Okay. Now, if you look on here, if you lightly touch it, because now that I've told you, you
Yeah.
can see it's a bit coarser.
Yeah, a
now,
little
the
bit.
audience won't know that if you don't tell them that, because it's just newspaper. But this, with rubber cement and flour, now when you fold it, it doesn't stick to each other. And the only part that sticks is when you actually cut it, the two pieces of rubber cement actually join. And when it joins, it sticks. See?
That's
Like that. See? That's how it works. Here.
All right. That's
There you go.
all right. Let's do this.
You do it.
Okay.
Put
Let's
it right across.
I'll
Let me
be
open it
the
like
girl.
Okay, let's
Okay.
line it up.
Here
You're
it
the
is.
magician,
Here it
I'm
is.
the girl.
Very exciting.
Okay?
Okay, now slowly open it. Don't get too aggressive with it. Just. Oh, higher. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, if you thought that was amazing, stick around because Murray's got a few more jaw-dropping tricks for us a little bit later on in the show.
Yes, I
and
do.
apparently I got a side job. So.